Hello everyone, it's Adirish75, back again with another video, and this time it is with the KpfPz 70, or also known as the KpfPz 70. So today, I'm just going to be telling you about the tanks, the strengths, the weaknesses, blah 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 blah. And just to start it off, it is in the store right now, so like perfect timing. And its biggest competitor in here, which I will be making a video on, the T55A, don't you all worry. But the biggest competitor is this, which I do not own. Now, what I'm going to say is, this tank is worse in few scenarios, but it's not as fun. The KpfPz, the KpfPz, is more fun. But the K91 is a more strong tank. But I wouldn't say armor-wise, especially hold down. The only weakness is if you see like that little box sticking out on the edge of the tank. Like right next to that one of the cupolas. Yeah, that's like the only weakness. And the cupolas I wouldn't worry too much about. Because just like look how tiny they are. Now, all I'm going to say is, basically, when you're driving backwards, and you're running away, just don't even shoot. Just don't even bother with it, because I think it gives you negative degrees of gun depression if you're shooting over the back. That's about another video I posted on my own channel, which you should go sub to, because I post some very funny videos. Jake, cool. And yeah. So, don't be shocked though if you're gonna get HE'd in the butt of this tank, because, well, 60 millimeters. And the same thing for the back of the turret, but back of the turret is more likely to like not do splash damage because it's a tinier target. So just shoot for the butt to HE it. So yeah. It is strong hold down. But it only has 6 degrees of gun depression to work with, which I think it should be more. But either way though, if 6 degrees is just barely enough to work those ridge lines. Just barely. Now, some of them you can't, some of them you can, but either way though, you want to get hold down as much as possible. And if you can't, well, don't go face on, because then your upper frontal plate is weak. So basically, you just want to angle it to about, let me look at the side north, 90 millimeters. So basically, you want to angle it to about here if you're against tier 10s. If you're against tier 9s, and you can maybe go same amount like right here. But if you're against tier 8s, I think you can get away with about this angle. Now, the weak part, and even the upper plate, if you're face on against tier 8s, you're fine. Weak part is the lower plate. Lower plate is terrible. You can side scrape this thing though a bit, just like don't go too aggressive like an IS-4 where you're this way, or mouse or whatever. So yeah, you have quite a bit of hit points, over 2,000. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you're all gonna say the mouse has 3,000. Well, little Timmy, for a tier 9 heavy, which is as fast as this thing, it is very healthy. So yeah. So, starting off with the gun, people say it's very inaccurate. I really just don't have that much problems with the accuracy. Yeah, 4 seconds of aiming time. Not the worst I've ever seen. Like, I've had a lot worse. Dispersion, I run the dispersion buff on it. So, you can run either one though. I just am used to dispersion. Yeah. So, DPM is not the worst thing in the world, but I can get along with it. I prefer alpha over DPM because you can trade more. Reload time, I feel like it's a bit too long. I feel like that needs to be lowered a bit. Penetration, you can work with it. Like the penetration, you can work with it. Average damage, this is where it shines. 560 damage with armor piercing and 480 with heat. Yeah, I see the 6 degrees again. So you can literally trade. So basically, if you're going up against a K91, you poke out, you shoot the K91 once with armor piercing, you're doing 560 damage. He shoots you once, and you just lost about 300. And then you can wait for your reload, and then you can just do that again, and then you would end up winning that if it's a trade fight. Now, DPM fight, you're going to get absolutely wrecked. So go for trades, not DPM. I used to reload just because, like, it could save my life, but either one works, like, just to get better penetration or this, like, it's not going to change the world. So, I would recommend more of this. It's just that, like, this is better if you were to play, like, ratings, like, this is the one that you want to use. But if you're just using in regular battles and you're just here to have fun and try, just run the adrenaline. So yeah, I run, yeah, this is just stock standard. I run the 2 of the things to improve my reload just because I can. I run the improved fuel, what's it called? Yeah, improved fuel, just to get that mobility. I run, yeah, I load a bunch of HE because I can do 800 damage with HE. That's the average damage of a armor piercing round of a Jaggeru, or a Jagdpanzer E100, which is a tier 10 German tank destroyer. So I run adrenaline just to better my DPM and whatever. You could run this. I don't care. Either one works. Run this lower my aiming time. I would probably recommend this more, but I'm just used to this. Just like for those on the move shots, which I should probably try this out though. I use this because, well, I'm not going to be ramming anyone, and it's kind of useless. I use the hit point buff just to get the hit points. I use the toolbox, well, this thing's useless. Sorry, Anakin. I use the view energy because I'm in camping. I use this and for speed. I use this because, well, I'd rather have my adrenaline more often, because basically if I use this, I'm just going to still only get one shot out in the time of that. So it's this thing's kind of useless for a KpfPz. So yeah, that's what I have on it, and yeah, so let's get into some battles here. And we got top tier, so this is when it really shines. Sorry for the YouTube notifications. So I am running this thing, but that's for turn off. Try to get some more credits. So yeah, there we go. So basically, since I don't have the most gun suppression, I'm gonna push over this way, because there is a spot over here which is good for it. And also, the KpfPz actually has a better mobility than the K9. They're both very agile tanks. This one's just a bit more agile. Now, yes, I feel like it's gotten power cut a bit. And yes, I do think it could use a buff or two. Okay. Try to get that TD over here faster. See if we can. And oh, bam, 631. So the HE on this thing, that was a very big low. Yeah, 572. And he's probably gonna shoot me. So yeah, we probably just got HE in the rear. So let's try to take C so we can. This is not looking too good for us. So I'm going to push back this way for any chance of just getting out of here. 625. So yeah, like, just basically when you shoot, just back up. Just back up. Now, I'm very low on hit points, so I can't risk anything. auto. Ooh, that's not good. Yes. Oh, I thought you were about to make it. So either way though, that does show, like, you do have that frontal armor. And it is a very low down tank, so like, it's like the K91. You are, which Anakin did not say in this review, correcting him. So the K91 and the KpfPz, like, they are very low down tanks, so like, so it's not showing much hole. Let me just go back to my dead K9. So like, look how small the hole is. Like, it is very low down, and the turret is like the biggest thing on it, which is the strongest part. And that gun manlet, never just never worry about people going through the gun manlet. It's impenetrable. Never had that problem in my life. So we might win this, but I'm not sure. So let's just finish this out so I don't have to do too much of it. Lazy Adirish. So yeah, the K91 is a better tank. It's just that it's not as fun because of the alpha. But the K91 is more likely to get an ammo rack. The K91 doesn't look like the best weapon. So he's probably gonna get taken out. He probably should side scrape. He's not. Should just focus type 2. So, just my luck. Just my luck. So that was a loss, but I did show you that you can bounce, especially against series, and you can see like the alpha on this thing. Like, you won't even notice. Like, I can get easily 2,000 damage. You can get 2,000 damage just by firing 4 shots. You fire 4 rounds in this game and penetrate all of them. You just did 4,000 damage. Not 4,000 damage. 2,000 damage. And I managed to do top damage. So let's just collect these because, like, I can. Yes, I do this, but that's just... Right, so let's do one more game, because I'm on a time crunch, and let's try to show you. It can side scrape, and I also want to show you, like, I can hold down. It can hold down, and you could tell, like, I almost managed to get. The only reason why I didn't die to that that FCM50T was because of my build. Now this is a map that I could use. I just have to make sure I don't mess up. This is when mobility is going to help. Is getting to those positions. Tog, I'm pretty sure. Is that Tog? Is that Tog? I'm pretty sure that's good. And we're top tier again, so this is perfect. Oh, and we have a Panda player on the team. Makeup. Perfect. So I'm going to get into this position. I'm going to see if I can get a shell out here. Ooh. So, just need you all to poke out a bit, guys. Come on. Don't be scared. I ain't gonna hurt anyone. Not too comfortably central. So yeah. See, just once you shoot, just back up, and that's not the worst camo rating ever either. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I want that AMX to push out more. I'm gonna go down here a bit and use my frontal. I'll try to go through the track wheel. What's that T-35? I don't have too much problems with accuracy. This is probably gonna be a victory for us. I'm gonna pop the train. 5-1. That's a low roll, guys. Imagine that being a low. Let's see if we can reload in time. And no troll bounces. So I'm gonna load this HE. This is pretty much good counter stuff like this. Guaranteed. And no, I love this thing because of the alpha and the turret. We're already on 3 kills. And we sadly did not get to finish them off. But either way, that was a good game. Not bad. See? Like, it's not, like, yeah, you're gonna need support. That's the one thing I'm gonna say. You're gonna need support. It is a must. Yeah, I just want to make sure though, guys, yeah. So I thought, the Tog clan, like, the HE though, like, I didn't get a good representation of the HE capabilities on this thing. But either way, that shouldn't matter because, like, the HE is amazing on this thing. I don't feel like doing that. And, like, yes, I know. So, I recommend if you are, and I know in tournaments you're never going to play the tier 9s because, well, you have tier 10s. So, basically, I recommend if you want a tank that is going to be able to, like, if you want a fun tank, if you want a tank that's like, yeah, big alpha and fun, like an E100, get the KpfPz. And if you want like, what's it gonna call it? But if you want like a tank that is more reliable, get the K91. They are both phenomenal tanks.